your boy is shook. Completely shook. Anyway, first and foremost though, I do want to thank the WBO and Baruti for letting me know about this news. It's pretty sudden. It was just dropped, or just released like 40 minutes ago, I think. Anyway, your boy is really tired and worn out from school, but I have to get this update out to you guys because it's super important. And your boy always does updates, though I've been kind of slacking. So today is the day that I go back to making updates. And this is probably the biggest update yet. And I'm saying that because these are pretty much leaked images of the new Beyblade Burst series. And your boy was not prepared, man. Like, this is insane, guys. I don't even know what to say. Everybody is shook and hyped. Your boy doesn't even know what to say. But we're going to cover each image and give my thoughts. We did know for a while that Valkyrie was going to get an evolution, and that name was released months ago. It's called Winning Valkyrie. Here you can see it right now. So the parts for this Beyblade are Winning Valkyrie 12 VI. What a cool name. Yeah, so you guys can see this. Like, this is pretty insane. First thoughts, it looks sick. I love that there's metal, but I also love that they didn't do too much metal. The colors are sick. It looks to be a clear version. With every set, the Valkyrie usually gets a clear recolor, and that is an example right here. So we can see the W for Winning Valkyrie, and we can also see the metal, obviously. And just overall, the design looks a lot like a mix between God Valkyrie and Victory Valkyrie. So it looks like it's being more kind of jagged, but with the metal included. This is going to be pretty freaking insane, guys. Like, your boy's shook. On the other hand, though, I don't see a spring, so I think the bound attack is going to be ditched. And I also don't see a God chip, which is another big deal. God chips are actually pretty significant if you didn't know, but it looks like Takatomi is abandoning that. Also, there is no indication of frames at all. Keep in mind the disc is called 12. So we have every disc up until 8. I guess 9 was not even used, but it looks like we're going to go past that with 12. So 12 is going to be pretty interesting, and then we have VI. I'm not sure what that's going to stand for, but I'd assume Winning Valkyrie is going to have some kind of rubber tip, if not a metal tip. Especially after Ultimate Reboot. I feel like there definitely has to be a step up from that. But overall, your boy is hyped for this. This thing looks like a monster, and it's definitely going to hit pretty freaking hard. Anyway, enough of Valkyrie. I'm sure you guys want to see the other releases. The other one here is Zet Achilles 11 XT. So a lot of people thought this was going to be the main protagonist Beyblade, but it doesn't look like it. This actually looks like a rival Beyblade, kind of like Spriggan. So the question is, will this replace Spriggan? You guys let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. It might be the new Spriggan pretty much, because as far as I know, Spriggan Requiem was quote-unquote the last evolution for Spriggan. Just looking at this, there's a lot of metal, but also some birds, and kind of like a sword kind of feel to it. I'm kind of getting an Excalibur vibe from this, which is kind of weird, but at the same time, I really do dig it. Like, this is a pretty sick design, and it's pretty sharp. So definitely a cool mix of metal and plastic, and it's actually listed as a balance type, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna assume this layer is gonna be top tier for attack, just because of its shape. And once again, if you look at the center though, there seems to be like a different kind of centerpiece to it, like a diamond or a triangle crystal shape. So I guess we're moving away from God chips and we're moving on to this kind of diamond system, which is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it, but yeah, this Beyblade looks sick. And then the disc is 11, so once again, we're moving past 8. So we have 12 with Winning Valkyrie, and now we're going to have 11 with Zet Achilles. And you could tell that the disc is actually painted as well. Once again, though, I think this is just a recolor of the Beyblade. And then XT. Who knows what XT is going to be? I'm going to assume a balanced driver, of course. Maybe a kind of unite or a merge type driver. I'm not too sure, but this is going to be hype too. Definitely going to be one of my favorites just because of its design. And dude, this is insane. I really don't know what else to say. And so just to sum these two up, these will be included in a set. It looks like a versus battle set. So you get Winning Valkyrie and Achilles as well as a base stadium. And it looks like this base stadium is just like any other base stadium. So I guess we're sticking with the regular design. I don't know if I'm going to get this set exactly, but I'm definitely going to be getting these two if they do come out as starters, which I'm pretty sure they will. So this is going to be insane, guys. Jeez. This is so freaking hype. You don't know how hyped I am. Even though I look and sound tired, your boy really is super hyped. And now we're going to move on to this here, which you really can't see much from it, but you can definitely tell that it's a Beyblade and that it comes with 0. So a lot of people are saying that this is going to be Emperor Fornius, which is, I guess, supposed to be a random booster or a booster. I'm not too sure, but this thing looks pretty insane just by the looks of it. There's definitely a lot of metal going on, and it looks pretty sharp too. It does have 0, which you guys can see kind of clearly. And then, I don't know, the driver looks green to me, almost. The Beyblade, the way it's packaged, is kind of like the old school burst packaging that had like the plastic around it or outside of it. So are they going back to that packaging? Like, are we moving away from boxes again? I don't really know. I kind of like the old packaging, to be honest. So to move back to that would be kind of cool. I'm gonna move on to this image because your boy is still shook. I have quite a few images that I want to show you guys. Okay, so we're moving on to this next image that I kind of misinterpreted, but I think now I figured it out. So if you look on the top left corner, you see this box with Crush Ragnarok, which is the new evolution for Ragnarok. And then you see all these Beyblades laid out. So it's kind of safe to assume that Crush Ragnarok will be part of a random booster, which is kind of bad. I really hate investing in random boosters because they do cost a lot. And I'm pretty sure this picture is showing the contents. So we see a recolor of Sieg Excalibur, a recolor of Spriggan Requiem, a recolor of Legend Spriggan, a recolor of Lost Longinus, finally. And then recolors of Winning Valkyrie, Achilles, and this looks to be another Beyblade that I'm not familiar with. I think that's going to be the contents of this random booster. This could be completely wrong, but this is just based off my assumptions. The fact that there's 8 Beyblades laid out and that the prize Beyblade is on the top left corner. That's just what your boy is assuming, and I'm pretty sure it is. So to have Ragnarok as a random booster prize is kind of iffy. It's going to make it hard to get for sure, but you can tell right away that this Beyblade is a big upgrade from Blade's Ragnarok. They are keeping the wing gimmick, it seems, but they're sticking some big chunks of metal on the sides. It's going to be pretty freaking sick. And I'm glad that Rontaro is getting an upgrade, just because I feel like he's always tossed around towards the end of each series, so to have him come back one more time is definitely worth it, and I'm personally a big fan of him, so that's going to be sick. But this random booster is actually looking pretty good. That is, if it is a random booster, but I'm pretty sure it is. And then what I'm pretty sure you guys weren't expecting is an evolution for Longinus. So we went from Lost Longinus, which kind of was like a shocker, and then we went on to Nightmare Longinus, which is just more intense. And now we have what looks to be a Longinus evolution now. The rumored name for this is Shin Longinus. And they definitely did keep that Nightmare Longinus design, but there's a lot of more white plastic with a little bit less metal maybe. I don't know, but there's 4 dragon heads. It looks to be with like a little bit of like colored plastic here and there. And the design's pretty cool, don't get me wrong. It just looks like a much more different design than previous Longinuses. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, overall, it's going to be freaking hyped. Louis getting an evolution, everybody wanted it, you know how it is, like, it's gonna be sick. So, I think that's it for the new images. Keep in mind, it is midnight right now, your boy literally found out and how to make a video. Alright, like, let me give my thoughts. I anticipated full metal layers. Kartomi said, nah, we're gonna just mix it up. So, I like the mix of plastic and metal, and it doesn't look like it's going to be that overpowering. Now, another thing to keep in mind is the teeth. Will they stick with teeth? And if so, is it going to be metal teeth? Are the teeth going to be strong enough to withstand the weight? Because these layers will obviously be more heavier. So that's just something to keep in mind. Are they going to nerf these layers in any way to make them still like viable with previous layers, or are they gonna completely just have a power creep? I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna guess they're gonna make them much more powerful just because it is a new generation and they are trying to implement just more of a power creep. That's just my thoughts. And then the other thing is, where are the frames? I think we might be going away from frames. Honestly, they were kind of in the way, and I don't know. I feel like they were kind of a failed concept just because half the releases didn't even have frames. So that's just something to keep in mind. We're definitely still going with the number discs, but we're just stepping away from frames, it seems. Okay, so I think these are coming out in March, early March. You know for a fact, your boy, your party god, is going to be copying all of these. And I'm going to do my best because as of right now, it's actually really hard to get BEYBLADE Burst from Japan. Anyway, I kind of apologize for sounding tired today. It is midnight, like I said. And I've been looking down at my phone because that's where the images were at. But once again, shout out to the WBO and Twitter and Maruti. They all hooked it up with the images and the info. I'll link you guys down below to them. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates and mods. That's right, this channel does mods still. We are going to be doing more mods in the next upcoming weeks. Your boy has a lot of ideas in mind, so just stay tuned. But I might just go back to updates too. Just depending on how you guys like them, your boy might go back to updates. That's it for this video, so until next time guys, see ya.